Greetings, I am Lies, and I use she, her.
And I am Scandal, and I use they, them.
And let's play a game together.
All right.
Alrighty, so we are sharing the same secret / joke /
Experience.
I was gonna say like intrigue together.
Yeah, together.
However, I think Pasha is completely wise to this, so it's fine.
And also, as I said before this, is I actually just went, and servants gossip. Like, that is the stereotype. Servants talk because what else are they going to do except talk about what the royals are up to?
Okay, one of the things I've actually been really excited for in this particular route is learning more about the actual structure of the castle life and all of the damn servants. Because in the prologue, there was like one mention of other servants ever, and Pasha supposedly organizes and helps direct the other servants as sort of like a pseudo head of staff, even as she's a handmaiden or whatever.
I know. I was like, do you?
And since we're going to be in the castle all the time, I assume I wanted to see more of that, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, and like we're both in on the same joke, or share some secret between us. We turn a corner, and Nadia pauses. When I look past her, I immediately see why. Mercedes and Melchior sit in the middle of the hall, blocking the way past. We must be near their stairs. Nadia stares at them, unimpressed, and puts her free hand on her hip.
Holding on to you with one hand on the hip with the other one. Yes. How intimidating of you. We're all very frightened. Now, if you don't mind...
Wouldn't mind.
If you wouldn't mind.
Wouldn't mind.
The level of exasperation of dogs.
She moves to walk past them, and both their hackles raise. A low growl emits from both of them at once. Teeth bared.
I will dominate you if I have to. We have the same color eyes, don't you know?
It's true.
Hi.
Nadia levels them with a glare of her own, clearly unintimidated. For a long moment, she stares them down.
Yes, I called it.
And then they leave, tails between their legs as they cower back to their place on the steps, whining.
It was a contest of chi, and Nadia's a dragon.
Nadia's like, fire!
I am a goddamn wolf! Bark, bark! She's like, I am a freaking dragon. I will consume you.
Excuse me?
Sorry.
Hello.
But you're not supposed to be the top dog. It's fine. Lucio used to let them sit on all the furniture. He never bothered putting in the effort to train them.
Did Portia tell you this? Because you have explained explicitly that you don't know what the hell's been going on.
That's what I was going to know, is when she explains stuff, we're going to have to assume someone told her. And what I want to know is who your informant is, and going...
Probably Portia.
Like, well, when Portia talked about it, like, she started working at the castle while Nadia was asleep?
Oh.
Or after Nadia awoke.
I think they actually said, and I think she said, I came here after...
I'm pretty sure that Nadia hired her so she could have someone to work with herself once she woke up.
Yeah.
But, so what I want to know, primarily, is Nadia speaks with confidence because she needs to, because that's who she is. But I want to know who she trusts enough to have put together the idea of what her life was for the 2 years while she was awake, and for the 1 year while she was asleep, like what the castle life was like. And also, does that mean, like, the Count died on the day she arrived because she came here 3 years ago?
I kind of wondered that myself, because it's like, that's when we died.
Everyone died that
3
day.
years ago. Everybody died.
She murdered everyone, and she doesn't remember. It's fine. So,
I love you.
How do you know you hated it? Did someone tell you hated it?
Keep reading.
Okay.
Keep reading.
I hated it. There's an entire menagerie of poorly trained and aesthetically pleasing animals wandering the palace grounds.
Mood! Fucking hell, mood!
Him somewhere, much like yourself.
But also, like, for me, I like, genuinely, in my experience, I have strongly disliked that people will have animals and they will refuse to caretake for them and train them.
Take care of them, not caretake.
Take care of them, excuse me. And that they will refuse to train them, and then they will go, well, I don't know, they just bark all the time. Well, I don't know, they just bite at people all the time. Well, I don't know, I don't know, and I'm like, stop getting animals. They are mini people in their own way. Like, they're not exactly like people, but they have an intelligence all their own.
Complex minds.
Yes, stop treating them like they're accessories. And I actually knew someone, so when I used to work actually at a call center for Capital One at one point, there was a woman that I talked to where she discussed somebody that she'd known where they were like, they got rid of their dog because it didn't match the new aesthetics for the house once they changed it.
Because the house was decorative. I've actually heard of people, one of my friends actually shared that, where her aunt got rid of a cat because when she redecorated the house, the cat didn't match the furniture anymore.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Some people treat animals like decorations, but she has such anger here. I'm like, do you remember hating this, or do you just hate it now that you know about it?
Well, I mean, she might hate it because she hated it before she got here, like just having animals with no purpose.
Did you know that before you got here? That's what I want to know. How much did she know about this place before she came here, and why did she come?
Let's find
She
out.
remembers being on the bridge. I want to know what happened before that.
Right? Was that a memory you regained just now?
Just now?
Oh.
You regained a memory in this moment? Holy shit! Yes. Yes, I do believe it was.
Oh.
And with no headache, but the one I usually suffer when dealing with Lucio. Which I guess you also remember, some dealing with him. So you have some memories.
So she must, so it sounds like she gets a headache in reference to thinking about Count Lucio.
Okay.
Maybe. And then
No. The headache of dealing with him is because you're dealing with your husband. She's talking about the headache of, the magical headache of regaining memories. But like, she actually regained some, I want to know, I need to know more about her memories.
We make it the rest of the way to the room unscathed. Nadia stops me with a hand to my elbow as I move to enter the room.
And she's like, oh, not yet.
Hang on.
Hang on, you need to sleep.
I need to remind you again.
Thank you, Corazon. I feel much better now, gently holding you at the door.
Lips brush against my own, once more. A lighter kiss this time as she pulls away from me.
Oh, I guess even if you didn't choose a premium scene, you kiss.
Maybe.
You'd have to, because she kisses you again.
Or that's a line that they enter in because you paid for that. Because sometimes I've wondered, like, if, like, with some of the things that they refer to, if they add in other things.
But there have been times when we didn't choose the premium scene, and then people talked about, oh yeah, it's referring to something in the premium scene.
Oh God! And yeah, no, I remember that, right? Where the whole thing, like, with Julian in Muriel's hut, and suddenly there was a thing about the fire, and we were like, we didn't touch the damn fire! Yeah, okay. So that is a interesting,
Alright.
Yeah.
So gently pushing you out the door, like holding you in the doorway. She's exerting some level of restraint, looking at you going, I've already said, I will not keep you awake all night.
Physically going to separate myself from you.
So I will hold you here in the doorway, and then I will move my arms away from you, like I will stretch out my arms to scoot myself away.
No.
And then I will enter my room.
Aye.
Good night, Corazon. May your dreams be as pleasant as I know mine shall finally be.
And she's gone down the hallway, leaving only the lingering ghost of her presence behind. Oh, excuse me, no comment about her perfume? Lingering in the hall behind her, because I could totally see that.
Oh God, this would be a great time to, the scent of Nadia. Like, oh my God, like the other route was so much, like the prologue was so much about smell.
Yeah.
This would be great to focus on smell.
Honestly, yes.
Especially like outside. Yes. Oh, hello. We got through a chapter.
I'm so excited.
Uh-oh, we left the palace.
I step out of the carriage into the bustling town square, full of early rising vendors hawking their wares. Hawk. A baker sets fresh loaves. Hello. Pumpkin bread seller.
Him? Looking fabulous. To a T. As always, as ever.
Fresh loaves out on a stall near me, filling the air with their tantalizing scent.
A completely different kind of scent.
Right? In the midst of this bustle, Countess Nadia steps out into the square after me. A hush falls over the crowd as they notice the extravagant carriage we've emerged from, murmurs rippling over the square.
Yes. Oh my God, of course you have. That's a terrible incognito, my dear.
You're so bad.
Like, these are the clothes you normally wear. Also, we don't know what people regionally look like here, but you don't look like Lucio, and you don't really look like Hasha or Asra or...
Also,
so
based off of what I know, you'd look obscenely clean. The biggest thing that would make you stand out is because you be clean.
As a royal, all your clothes are flawless.
You look clean.
Yes.
You are on point.
Also, usually purple is a royal color, and this game seems to be following that as well. So it's like, yes, everyone recognizes you immediately. However, they haven't seen you for most of, so there was an entire year of you of absence. How long have you been going out again, I would like to know? And what is your connection with people currently?
Also, I'm just like, how many people have carriages?
Yeah,
like, that's the thing.
The extravagant carriage. Are there a lot of normal carriages? Good question.
Right? Aha!
Have I been recognized so soon? In our excursion?
Into
into our excursion.
Shit.
I should have expected this, but I thought that...
This morning when Nadia approached me about going into town, she had a request to help her hide her identity, to see the city through the eyes of a commoner first. That is a dumb idea.
But then she would not let me dress her, so it did not work. Corazon would have been like, sure, I know how to dress you to be 1, intimidating so no one will ask, and 2, look totally different than you do.
I've got this.
We can do this, Nadia. No, I will wear my own clothes. Corazon, are you quite
sure about that?
My lady.
Are you sure about that?
Mm-hmm.
Her face when she asked was so determined. How could I say no?
Oh dear.
Well,
you stand out.
It's the carriage. You stand out or it's the carriage.
I feel like we would say it was Nadia.
Probably, because she does stand out quite a bit.
I mean, we haven't seen a lot of people, but even the people in the background are not as flashily dressed as she, though all the characters are generally dressed sort of more distinctive. I would say, so we don't really have an idea of what common folk really look like. But we can assume that maybe they look more like Astra?
Maybe. I mean, I always wondered, like, how Julian looked normal.
I was going to say, and if Julian looks normal, wearing black doctor's garb is normal clothes.
Right?
No, not so much.
I would like to understand the fashion.
Or Mazalinka dresses as normal.
Oh. So then they're going more toward Asra.
But
also then you have to question then, like, Count Lucio, because we've seen what he wears. So I'm, like, I love the fact that there's a lot of multicultural background implied, basically, with all the different characters, but it also gets
what is royal clothing?
Right. And also the fact that, as far as I can tell, they're not making a big deal out of Vesuvia for being, like, a big, huge trade center.
Okay.
So I'm kind of...
So what bothers me here is that the whole thing of going, she asked me to help her hide. What did I then do to help her?
Right!
That's what I want to know.
She asked me, how could I refuse? You look...
So when you say hide, what you mean is, she didn't ask you to help her hide. She asked you to go with her while she did it herself.
All right.
Is what I'm getting.
All
right. I think it would be her. But what would Corazon say? Would Corazon... I think Corazon would just compliment her.
Like, you stand out. Assuming that's a compliment. Like, I'm trying to figure... So again, I'm trying to figure this out if the perspective
tone
of
it.
Character... So, like, Corazon would almost, I think, like... I don't know if Corazon actually would point her out and be like, you look magnificent. Why should you basically not catch me? Like, it would be you in the sense of going, of course you catch attention, but, like, then possibly blaming the carriage for ruining your disguise would make sense, because it's like, you look magnificent, you should blend in anyway.
See, and I was just saying, with the carriage, I think if it was the carriage, there's a level of going, you're basically dismissing it, rather than going, I agree with you, so... Or rather than saying it's you. One of them is going, oh, no, it's not you, it's the carriage.
Oh, honey.
One is placating, basically, and supportive, going, your choices were amazing.
I guess, you know what? You stand out works in that sense, because, like, you stand out. I'm making this about you. By the way, you are actually powerful and you are capable. Going, like, fuck the surroundings.
I see. Though I do not imagine that a lot of people wear incredibly, like, well-made, fitted, large statement pieces of metal jewelry with inlaid gemstone, which is what her belt is. Like, and that is a custom, like, jewelry corset. And
also, like, the rest of her jewelry, like, period. Even Asra doesn't wear as much jewelry as she does. Julian certainly does not. Lucio wore big and flashy jewelry because he had his arm. But that's why I say, like, so her standing out makes sense.
Yeah, no one else seems to wear as much jewelry. And again, your corset statement piece, that should be a dead-ass giveaway.
Yeah.
I see. Perhaps my outfit is too recognizable. Are you doing this on purpose, Nadia, or is this supposed to be you being naive? A pity. I did not have time to contact the tailor.
But again, if she's...
Hold on.
What?
Are these the only clothes you own?
What?
My outfit, and I couldn't contact the tailor. You can't change into anything else?
Honey, are you okay?
Are you kidding?
What? Well, I don't think it's the clothes. It's just you.
You absolutely have a bearing about you. You could be wearing basically a burlap cloak, and people would go, "You walk interesting. You have a posture."
Ooh, honey.
Whoa.
Ooh. It's just you. You hold yourself. Like a countess.
I was correct. And how might one hold oneself if they were not, theoretically, or for example, a countess?
Good question.
Would you like to hold me and demonstrate how one might hold? If
Hold.
not, a countess.
Okay, try slumping your shoulders a little, like this. Actually, like, I'm having kind of a conflict of character here, of going like...
If everyone's already recognized you, there's no doing.
Yeah, I'm also just like...
Also, if it's the clothes...
So, Corazon has no personal problems with people looking at them.
Nope.
Like, that is the thing. I am a powerful magician. Fuck you. I know what I have, and I know what I can do. I deserve to basically be noticed. I wore the clothes for me, but also, you know what? It's fine if people notice me, so having them notice, like...
I say, the idea of the character that we've come up with, Corazon and Nadia, going, I wish to go out incognito. Everyone's going to be looking at me, not you. You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine. And going...
It'll be great.
I suppose you could try slumping your shoulders. Which sounds more like that.
I am going like, but even Astra doesn't go around like this.
No, honestly, and the thing is I don't think common folk do either. Everyone in this entire game has immaculate posture.
Wow,
like all
hard
people,
on
the postures. Even Muriel, who has his head down, shoulders back, spine erect, hip posture.
Yeah, no, he is not slumpy boy. Like he does not have the rounded, basically back on the like.
Additionally, this one dude just sitting at the fountain
has
being
great
emo,
posture.
Has amazing posture. So I don't think that we're giving very good advice. Or
this one butch, this one non-bite. Who knows what they are? It doesn't matter. I reach out, pressing a hand to her back and adjusting her posture a little.
Hi. So that is how you would hold. Oh,
look at her.
Like this. Oh, no, I do not like this at all. Corazon. I do not like it, Sam, I am.
Honestly, reasonable. There's actually a good reason why people talk about being able to think about your posture and the way you hold yourself, is because it really will help if you ever have back problems or anything else. Like, being able to encourage yourself to be in a specific posture will actually help your muscles in your back and also help your back be aligned.
Yep.
She seems mildly disconcerted. But she does look a little more approachable.
But we didn't want her to be approachable. We wanted her to be more anonymous. What are we going for here?
That's why I was like, you thought you were trying to hide her, not make her approachable. That's different.
Right.
That's good. And the way you talk. It's very refined, but it also... Who the hell is this character? Excuse you?
Wait, why do we know it?
You think this is a rags to riches kind of... Excuse you!
Are you calling...
Bullshit!
Hang on, are you calling Astra a hobo? Do you think he raised a hobo?
Oh my god! So, we are really making... Yes, they are actually saying that Astra raised someone back from the grave, back again,
and taught them to be a hobo.
And taught them to speak hobo.
Like him.
Like him. Astra is hobo.
Nadia's root calls Astra a hobo.
Yes! It also makes you stand out according to my master. Like I give a fuck. Try speaking more casually when you address people.
Do not
This would work better if you had... So, in English, I always feel like this is really awkward. Okay. So, I've seen a lot of people basically try to translate it from, like, say, like, watching a Japanese anime, because that's most background I have.
Don't use honorifics!
Yeah. Yes! And it's a thing that most people don't hear, because they don't put it in the English, because it sounds really awkward. But suddenly, when you have a character in English go, you sound so formal! That usually meant that in the Japanese, they were using a very formal version of their language. But you can't translate that into English, because we don't actually have that formal language in that way.
Unless for some reason Nadia is going around using honorifics for everyone and knows the appropriate honorifics. Or when you say formal, we're just going, lighten up, which sounds wild.
Or, as other cultures have pointed out through the years, you actually literally had a higher class language and you had a lower class language. And I actually used that pretty extensively in some of my own personal stories that I developed. But, like, you literally have people who speak different languages.
I've been wondering about
different.
this water for a while and the waterfalls and going, are those part of the canal system? And if they are, do you literally have something pumping them up that high to have them run down? And also, would that water have the same red as everything else?
I was about to say, shouldn't they be red?
Uh-huh.
Shouldn't they be red? More casually when you address people.
Very well. I mean, right.
You're adorable.
Wait, bread keep. bread keep. Now we have a tea keep and a bread keep. Oh my God. It's a bread keep. This is so awkward. Is she supposed to be this awkward? Oh my God. This is how the common folk live. She is supposed to be completely detached from commoners.
She really is.
I love it.
So again, my guess was probably right that your character in this route is supposed to reconnect a very highly disconnected countess. You have to show her the normalcy of the world. And also you're submissive to her and you're trying to make her an equal to everyone else.
She's absolutely the highest upper crust there is and is completely disconnected from the people. She is the 1% and has all the privilege and all of the basically ignorance, and you're trying to make her like the people. That's an interesting premise. All right.
Wow.
You there, bread keep. Which of your wares do you suggest? I'm just like, hey, pastrymonger.
Pastrymonger. I beg your pardon, ma'am.
Perhaps I misspoke. Look at Corazon, who's going, it's fine. Interesting choice.
Fascinating.
Allow me to try again. How are you? Lovely morning, isn't it? I love this idea that she's looking at the bread keep, just slouched back like this, peeking out from under her veil, while she's sort of gently stroking it with one hand. You look like you're flirting with him. What? No, not at all. You really do. Bring your hand down.
Corazon, you are a titan.
And lift your chin. Look straight at him. Do not look through your lashes or under your veil. Just look. Look straight at him. Lovely morning, isn't it?
It surely is. Can I interest you in some bread?
I've got bread! I've got a French loaf!
Hello! Hi! Bread, take the gluten out the bread. It's gluten-free.
Oh my God.
You forgot about that, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yes. Yes, you may. Suddenly looks up straight at him. Sure, go right ahead.
A little swell of pride bubbles up in my chest as she purchases 2 rolls without a hitch.
She tries to overpay him by like $1 million. I assume these would cost around, 1 gold piece, maybe 1 platinum. Him, half a copper, please.
Ma'am.
Right.
M'lady.
Looks at Corazon. A copper. Like, I've never seen a penny before. What?
What is this the thing the poor people
Wait, I know what those are. I learned about those in school.
Oh, yes. I remember.
Corazon makes change for Nadia for her, gold and platinum. Here, take some bits and some bobs and some, coppers.
Corazon, this is awkward. She comes back over to me and hands one to me, a wide smile playing on her face.
I have done the common folk. Did you not see? Oh, that was thrilling. He could have told me no and sent me away without fear of retribution. Because that's his job. But he didn't tell me no.
Oh no, are we going to engage in poverty tourism with Nadia?
I think we are. I think that's what we're doing is, again, all the privilege, all the essentially naivety of those who've been sheltered within their wealth. I think that's what this is going to be.
Oh, lordy.
Oh, well, everyone who's been poor, get ready to be just observed by Nadia as she tries to join you.
Oh, look, isn't it so quaint, you? I'm dying.
Wow, your aesthetic with the rags is so grand.
What is this for? I have leprosy, ma'am. What's that?
Why aren't you at a doctor?
I can't afford it, ma'am.
There's no doctor that would take me, thanks.
What? Oh, God.
Without fear of retribution, yet he didn't turn me down. Looks at you, holding her own bun with 2 hands, just a little bit excited. Thank you, Corazon. I shall take these lessons to heart, slouch, and speak, basically with no dignity. I can do it. I've quite an excursion planned for us today. Corazon. I guess the fear of being recognized just dropped immediately. Also, apparently, nobody's doing anything about it, so that's fine.
It's fine. And everyone that was staring at us has just gone about their own business, which is normal. People sometimes will look up, but not everybody should be looking up.
Nope.
And they will go, what is that? And they'll be like, I don't know.
I still love that it's full-ass, complete bird wings, like taxidermied bird wings on her shawl.
I don't want to be obvious. You're very obvious. I'm not... Okay, it's fine.
I just took half a bird and pinned it to my head. Tomorrow, I've arranged a meeting with Praetor Vastamil at his estate. Ooh, we get to see another background.
Ooh.
He lives in an estate?
We didn't know that last time. That's amazing.
I assumed they lived in the palace.
Me, 12.
Because, courtiers or what have you.
Right?
It's fine. But today, I should like to tour the city properly, without the trappings of class and expectation, and with my favorite magician.
You do know that is unreasonable, yes?
Yes.
Class and expectation literally colors everything that you interact with.
Oh, I know, but it's what I would like.
Right.
One can be aware of what they want, even when they know they cannot get it.
Good.
It is time I get to know Vesuvia, because since I've been awake, I have not, and yes, that one.
Important.
Come. Oh, we mustn't keep the gondolier waiting.
Don't be obvious! Let's go get on a gondolier! Corazon.
A gondola? Do they just row between the eels?
The noodles flulling around.
Your vampire eel trying to bite the oar. Occasionally you lift your oar and the needles fall off.
Gondolier?
Aye. Surely you didn't think we'd be on foot. Corazon? I will consider you in all ways, and that such a lengthy full-day walk may trouble you.
Yes. But if you're trying to go incognito, my dear Countess. Nadia places a hand on my shoulder and leads me through the square to a small dock set into the canal. We step onto a gondola together. Nadia's hand remains on my shoulder, pressing me down to sit under the awning with her.
I guide you the entire way.
Aye.
You sit here. I scoot you here. Let me take your cane, put it over here. I will help you down. I cuddle. I scoot.
Scoot, bug,
I
sit with me.
I curl in. I sit right next to you. We fit perfectly.
It's great. Aye.
After completely snuggling in, poink! I wonder how much Vesuvia has changed in my absence. I mean, did you know Vesuvia before?
You didn't... What are you talking about?
So, she says coming to the castle. Was she in Vesuvia before she came to the castle? Was she familiar with the city but not the castle?
I don't know. I'm like, what are you talking about? Because, okay, so I will admit, I totally assumed that she was like, this is the first time I'd basically ever really been here.
To Vesuvia as well.
I was courted elsewhere, and then I came here, and then I lost my memory. Period. I didn't really see anything. I really didn't know anything. I have nothing. I was out. I have no memories for 2 years when I was active, and then I passed out for a whole year, and now I'm here.
And that's kind of what I was thinking, is that I assumed that was her first trip to Vesuvia as well. But hopefully she'll tell us more about it. Will I be able to recognize the differences? The statue garden first. She looks at the driver. I think. It was commissioned by my late husband. I'm told it's quite pleasant there.
Oh dear. I imagine it's going to be terrible.
Aye. It's going to be the garden we snuck into with Julian. It's going to be it.
Oh no! That would be great!
Total disrepair. It'll be destroyed.
Right?
Wrecked. I should like to find out for myself. If you... And then looks at you. If you have no objection, of course. Hi.
What about the floating market? The statue garden sounds nice.
I think Corazon might suggest something else.
I was about to say,
You want to get to know the people. Going to a specially commissioned private statue garden probably not going to help you.
You know, that's actually kind of what I was thinking. Corazon going to be like, your priorities are all over the place, my dear. What about the floating market?
I think that sounds reasonable.
What about the floating market?
The floating market?
What?
As we float?
What?
Ah, yes. Down the Palazzo Aurelia? Aurelia?
I think it's Aurelia.
Aurelia. I think I remember it. Okay, so you have been to the city before...
Or it's just my old memory sort of pinging in. We don't know, because we're not getting...
Right, of traveling
of things.
through the city before you got to the thing. Why can't we ask you about this? Very well. How can I say no to you? Oh, that was a request, not a suggestion.
Like...
Okay, well, that works.
Sure, okay. Aye, soon the canal widens, and we join the other boats, drifting idly through a grand market, floating in the calm waters.
With eels and red water. Oh.
I'm like, whoa! Silks drape across the canal, providing shade from the mid-morning sun as courtiers and rich citizens browse.
Oh god, the floating market is for rich people, isn't it? There was no common folk here. At all. Courtiers
But
and
there
rich
would
citizens.
be more people, I would imagine.
Oh, there'd certainly be more people than in a private sculpture garden. Or
I'm
yeah. But
yeah.
I was just say, the sculpture garden, however, if it's commissioned, maybe it's public. Who knows? For him, though, he sounds like he would make it for him. Silks! Silks and furs! Get your silks and furs here. Furs and silks, silks and furs. I have the furriest silks and the silkiest furs.
But you are the jeweler.
Oh. Yes, well, you see, they're all decorated with metal,
Oh.
I think it's funny that the jeweler is just like, fuck my damn brooches, it's what you pin them on that I care about.
Right? Actually, that's the thing. I was like, why are you called a jeweler? When you're selling silks and furs?
I don't know, but it's a little bit, I would expect clothier or furrier or, something like that.
Right?
I do believe, Corazon, that merchant is selling silks and furs.
Oh, astounding.
What makes you think that?
Especially when they're called jeweler, it's clearly slapped onto their forehead.
I know, right? Their entire sign says jewelry. They've got piles of fur and silk. Someone, I need to buy some jewelry. Can you not see? I sell silk and fur. I am the jeweler. Excuse you. What?
Oh my God.
Maybe that's their name, jeweler. What
maybe.
if that's their name? I'm jeweler.
I'm jeweler.
These are my silks and furs.
Right?
Perhaps we will return sometime for pleasure, and I shall attempt to adorn you in this kind of finery.
I will make an effort. What is this?
Here, touch this thing. What do you think?
We continue our tour through more of the upper districts. Nadia, a constant and warm presence beside me.
Completely snuggled in.
Good. We are so not obvious. Anyway, but we are out of time.
Oh, no!
Oh, woe is you. You do not get to spend all the time you wish with Corazon. Too bad. But alas, thankfully for you, you can check us out by subscribing, liking, and commenting. Also, please feel free. It would make me feel wonderful if you were to check out the Ko-Fi and the Patreon. There are some links, as you say, in the description down below. And I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies. And it was great playing with you. Bye!